Okay. Make sure it's... Oh, yep. Hot Dumplings on the left. The Soaring Sharks on the right. It's the first season in Division 1 again. I've been promoted by winning the Division 2 table. Like, no, not winning Division 2 even. They won their conference in Division 2, came second overall. Got the second automatic promotion spot. And we're going to have to see if we can try and stay up this time, though. Hot Dumplings, a team who it was their first season in Division 1 last season. They did manage to stay up. They have now strengthened further by signing Pendu, and now they've got an open net to strengthen their potential on winning this game instantly. Absolutely nothing that Ali can do here, considering even the Dumplings to even have the item there as well. Nothing can be done. It's just a 1-goal lead instantly. Pendu just has to tap in. That's all they need. And the Sharks are going to have to look see if they can try and get their goal back. They have picked up a goo, which could be useful on this kickoff. They could try and do a Z kickoff, or we could just try and just shoot it up to the top wall and place goo in front of a front bubble. Said they have a looking to do a pass play instead. Pendu's diving upwards to counter it, now diving back below, but Pendu's top bubble is going up in case a pass comes through. The pass isn't that great, to be fair. It has passed pass Pendu, but it hasn't passed into the net. Now Kagpi's looking to try and get this ball cleared away out of their corner by hitting it in a bumper. But Fuka's going to stop that from happening. And he's trying to get behind that ball as well. But Fuka just stops him from making any contact. Now just smothering it in that corner. Pendu might look to try and clear this ball away here himself. But he's going to get rammed away here by Fuka. Pendu is going to move away slightly. Now choosing my ball, going to go into it. It's going to get rammed straight into the bumper. But that ball comes off that back wall, straight in front of the face of goal, and there's no one back here to stop this ball from going in. I mean, Ali right now, you could just shoot this straight on. They're going to try and probably use a wall here to make sure it goes in. But Pendu's going to use his yellow card here. Put this ball back. Yeah, they were using that wall. They could have honestly just shot it straight in for bottom side and saved it anyway. But now Pendu's looking to see if he can bump Fuka into the ball to see if he can get a shot away to take this to 2 goals straight here. Fuka's going to look to try and cover it in the back. Bump comes through to send it towards the Sharks' goal, but it is blocked by the back Fuka bubble. Now Pendu's top bubble here looking to get behind the ball ready for next turn. His other one might be looking for items. Said he's going to go for top item. Got to go for both items. Ali's going to compete against him. Goes to get the bump. Stop Pendu from being perfectly in position, but still does finish favorably for them. But I believe that's Fuka could end up using a goo here to allow Ali to pick this one up here. As Kakapi just looks to position behind the ball. Ready for next turn. And Fuka's going to dive all the way back in case Ali does get through. Stop it. No item being used here by the Sharks, allowing Pendu to get a beach ball here. Now Kakapi's going to go slow, smother any power coming through by Ali, who's just shooting it into the top side of a bumper right now. Or in fact, just straight into the backboard even. As Fuka's going to look to position for item. Going to get bumped by Blef, but Pendu's there to follow it up. But Ali gets the item that spawns on the top side. No ghost there or a red card on the side of the Dumplings. So it's going to be an extra item here for Ali. He's now looking to try and get this ball off the wall so he can shoot it. He's going to end up just hitting it in the bumper though. Goes all around him though. Comes off of him from the bumper. But it's just not got enough power to put it past the line. It picked up a ramp though. It could be useful for future turn. It's not going to be really useful to use now, as now Kakbi and Blef are going to try and combine here to pinch us over. Ramp being used anyway though, but it just bounces straight over the ramp as we're looking for beach ball pinch. And the ramp's completely been wasted without any success for it. Now Cackpy's going to look to just shoot this. Ali's going to look for bumps. He's not going to get it on Cackpy, but also turn around and go for Blef instead. But Cackpy's just shooting it into an open net. Fukas with a bubble coming towards central line. Is it going to be aligned for the save? It is going to just be perfect. Going back to sit on the goal line to make the save needed. I was going to look try and clear this out. Currently just shooting it into the bottom left bumper, but walls being used here by Pendu. Is those walls going to put the ball in the back of the net? It's going to bounce it upwards. Pendu looks to go for a shot anyway in case. He bounced himself off that wall. And he gets the tap in into the top post. This other bubble following it through just in case as well. And it's a 2-goal lead here in game 1 for the Dumplings. They do still have this Goovo. Will they look to try and use it on this kickoff here? They're going to look to try and do another pass play kickoff again. Now looking for a potential middle shot. They're changing it altogether. Going for bottom pass play. But Blef's going to be reading it and Fuka's going to come off the bumper and round. Not really in an aggressive attacking position here for the Sharks to get a goal back. It's going to be Blef to look to bump Ali away from item position. He says going to go for bottom wall and round to see if he can get a shot away on the onto the ball. But Cackpy's there to make sure it doesn't go in or progress further onto the goal line. Pendu already has a ghost here, but he's going to be getting an item anyways. He might end up just using it just in case anything were to be used on the back Cackpy. Not going to use it in case anyway. Gonna get the item. Ball goes round off the bottom wall, bouncing towards a goal. It's not angled enough for it to go in for enough power. Ali's looking to see if he can shoot this on target, but right now it's gonna slam off the bottom post. And Cackpy's probably gonna read this anyway. If it does slam off the bottom post, I'm gonna redirect it into the Shark side. Ali goes slow instead. Cackpy ends up bouncing off the post. Ali ends up clearing it away on his own terms, hitting it off the bumper, passing it perfectly off to Pendu on this top side here, who's now looking to just shoot this up off the top wall and see if he can shoot it in towards the top post. Fuka's looking to just go straight at the ball. Go being used, big head being used as well on the side of the Dumplings. It's going to allow the ball to go through the goo, and so it's just going to slow the trajectory down, which is just enough to slow it, to stop it from going in. But Pendu's picked up a ramp and he can just place this down now to stop Ali from clearing this away. Pendu and Blef going straight at the ball in case. There's the ramp being used. This is surely just going to be the 3rd goal here in game 1 to allow the Dumplings to take the 3-0 win on the left side here against the Soaring Sharks. Back in game 2, now got the Hot Dumplings who won game 1 on the right side, but now looking to see if they can get a game 2 lead instantly off the kickoff. Don't get it, but we're looking for central shot, but it doesn't come through. And it was the Dumplings who did pick up the first item of the game as well. Fuka looking to just get a bump on Pendu, who might go up for the ball, but he's not going to. He's going to look to go down towards the item instead. Also looking to see if he can bump a Bobble out the way to force the bottom position. He does get a bump, but isn't enough to stop Ali from getting the item here. Fuka looking to just try and get this ball out towards the center of the field instead by bouncing it off this top wall. Blef's going to look to try and get a bump. It does come all the way around. Goes straight down towards the bottom wall instead, though. Now Pendu looking to shoot it towards his own side. He's hitting it up off this bottom wall to create a pass for himself with his back bubble. See if he can put it through. He just can't get it through, though. He angles it back down towards the bottom wall, and Ali's there to stop it. However, though, Cacby and Blef are still around this ball here. They can look to try and get a shot away. It's only Fuka in net, and they could potentially use their ramp if they wanted to get rid of these bottom bubbles that could potentially make a save. They're just gonna look for a shot anyways in case it doesn't get touched at all. Gets redirected up towards the top wall. Ali makes contact right when it comes off the wall, just forcing it back out in front of their face of goal, still just at the end of the box instead. Now Ali looking to see if he can get it down towards his bottom bump, but he's currently missing it right now. Now looking to go for bumps instead. But currently right now, I think Cacby would end up squeezing through if they're not careful. He does get all the way through, but Ali just makes enough to force it down enough to stop Cacby from putting it in. Ali looking to clear this ball away off the bumper. Currently though right now, might be risking bumping off the bottom post instead. Fuka's going to look to get the blocks on Cacby here in case it ends up does coming up off the bottom post, but comes off the bumper nevertheless anyway. Now Fuka and Ali around the ball, Fuka underneath it as well, and there's only Blef and Pendu back here to try and make a save to stop Fuka from getting a goal and stopping the Sharks from getting a first goal in this series. Blef's going to make the contact needed to stop it in its tracks, redirecting it back towards his bottom side. Blef can get the item here as well, as Ali is going to want to try and just get this ball further downfield. He's going to get the shot through right now, as Pendu's not going to get bumped, but now he's going to get bumped by Fuka, potentially underneath the ball, which could force the ball all the way around. Doesn't in the end. Pendu still ends getting behind it and in front of the ball to get blocks on Ali. He's going to sit still, betting the power behind the ball still, ready for next turn. Going to hit off the wall a bit as well, or at least look to try to get it off the wall a bit to allow him to get a better shot. Instead, it's just going to stay towards the bottom wall, but it is slightly further off than it was before. Can shoot it directly straight, and if it doesn't have any contact coming through off a Sharks player, it would just go in the back of the net. But Fuka's looking to stop this, but instead he might end up just stopping the ball and redirecting it towards his top post. But a red card being used here by Ali allows time for Fuka to adjust to that goo, which would have ended up being a goal there for Pendu and the Dumplings. It's going to come from anywhere. It's going to bounce off the bumper, so straight for the middle of Pendu and Blef, and up to the top wall instead, straight up towards Cacby where area is. No one else around the ball. Cacby's just going to try and get this ball into the bumper and see if he can bump it in towards the central area, ready for next turn, as Ali's going to try and get behind the ball himself. Stop it in his trajectory. Going to get bumped off. Fuka's going to come off the bumper. Going to get that ball redirected a bit further, closer towards Blef. Fuka's going to guarantee get this item here as well. There's going to be 2 items on the Sharks. 2 items. Well, only 1 item now is Big Bumper being used here by Ali. It's going to get this ball all the way around. It's spinning towards the Hot Dumplings half. Fuka ends up coming off the bumper. Can potentially shoot this here, go straight off the wall, or bounce himself off the wall instead. Pendu's the only one back to try and make a save here instead. It's going to be a routine save here really for Pendu. He's going to hit it straight back in towards the bumper, clearing it away at the same time, but it only goes as far as Ali, who's going to stop Cacby from getting a clear away on this next turn. Or Ali could instead just go straight for the item instead if he really wants to play a mind game. But Cacby's reading that just in case. He's going to shoot it towards the Sharks goal in case he ends up not hitting it. But it's going to tap it slightly downwards. It's going to go straight into the path of Fuka, who's going to end up redirecting it in towards his own goal in the end. He's diving upwards to try and stop a potential pass play. But instead, he's become the person that's being passed to. And it's the game advantage, the 1 goal advantage by the Dumplings in game 2 here. As we're looking to get both wins here over what on paper is a team which is weaker than them, so they have to try and make sure they can get the 2 wins against the teams that they should be getting 2 wins against. They're looking to go for a pass play around. It's going to get stopped by Fuka. Goes all around still anyway. In towards his top right bumper instead. Ali's going to look to go off back top wall and bounce underneath to make the shot. But Bleff's going to stop him, and we're going to be using a big bumper as well. Putting it off way out in a bumper. Gets stopped. It takes a deflection off the Bobble, so it just stays in towards this top item area instead. And Ali's going to look to try and hit it around Bleff here. Now looking to just sit behind the ball. To stop Pendu in case Pendu hits it, and stop Bleff in case Bleff hits it. But Fuka's going to dive back as well to go for item. Ends up just bumping Pendu instead. But both Pendu bubbles are underneath the ball. And Ali can hit this upwards as well to see if he can get it around these 2 Pendu bubbles in the area. The ball's going to end up stealing the item from Ali here. Fuka's going backwards as well towards his own goal. Beach ball being used. Is it going to be enough to redirect it in towards the goal? It's coming off the post. It spins off of Pendu. It dances on his head. But it's going to be enough to go in. It's not going to be enough for the equalizer. It's going to go off the top post, off Pendu, into the bottom post. But not enough. Get the equalizing goal. Pendu's now going to just try and clear this ball away off this bottom right bumper. Big bumpers being used as well. Is it going to be enough to send it on towards goal? It's not going to be. It's going to come off the top post instead. But it is cleared away from their own half. From any potential danger for himself. Can now create an attack from this. They do have a ramp. They could just place it here. Right in front of Fuka. And just get a goal. It's going to try and do. But not well at all. You've placed that ramp way too high up. You've allowed the clear to get through, and you've lost your ramp as well. But it could have just placed that a bit lower to stop them at the same time. Now Kakby looking to go off the top wall and see if he can get a shot through. Gets blocked by Fuka, goes all the way downfield. Past Pendu, who's in the top item position. It spawns bottom anyway. He's going to be allowed Ali to get this. Unless Kakby looks to use his ghost here to allow Bleff to pick this item up. That's exactly what's going to happen. Boost being used though. Very, let's just say poor boost placement there. You could have placed it behind the ball and all went for it to try and put it in. Could have placed it in front of the ball, could have autoed it, missed everything by a mile though, instead. Another team decided to just swap places without a goal swap being used. All of the Sharks behind the ball on the right side of the ball. And all of the Dumplings on the left side of the ball. And Kakby's going to pass it back towards Bleff, ready for this next turn to create an attacking opportunity. Could end up using his big head if he want here to see if they can sneak a goal past the Sharks here. Looking to try and do this here with Bleff. Pendu making a blocks on the bottom alley. The top alley being bumped by Pendu. It all comes down to if they can get a deflection to stop it, and they can just do enough. Get just enough of a deflection on it. Off that bump. To allow them to make the save anyway. Fuka's going to get the item. Bleff's going to just read the ball instead here. Ghost being used anyway. It's just to be Bleff getting it. Redirects it towards the path of goal, but Ali's there as well to still stop it anyway. With a second bobble. Now Kakby are looking to get behind the ball again, ready for this next turn. Fuka looking to compete. The top item. Pendu's going to go up 2 in case as well. Ali's going to win out the bottom if it spawns bottom, and it does get bottom side. It's going to be Ali to get this item here. But now he has to just make sure he doesn't get bumped straight back in this ball. Pendu's looking to bump him into it. Fuka looking to make a block on it and hit this ball further downfield. Gets it around, but it comes off. Oh, I believe it was Cacpi there on the top side. Anyway, to stop that ball getting further into Dumplings territory. Fuka's hitting this ball straight on. Goes straight into Cacpi though, but it ends up favorable for him as comes straight back out to Fuka, who now has space between the ball if they picked up an item to give him height, like a ramp or a boost or a beach ball, but that doesn't get anything. We get a big bump instead. Fuka's gonna test for luck anyway by going for the shot, and their luck is on their side, and they've tested it, and they've also tested out at the same time the Dumplings defense. And the Dumplings defense is non-existent in that play there. It's an open goal for the Sharks to score into. To get a goal straight back here. Or straight back. It took a while, but I have got a goal back. It's the first goal of the series. As the Dumplings look to line up a beach ball kickoff here. Fuka's going to look to try and block it by going straight at the ball. As Ali also looks to go in and out in case. It's going to still go straight over Fuka. But can any of these 3 bubbles in the back make the save needed? They can do just enough here to keep the game level. Ali looking to test the luck again by just hitting his ball straight for a shot. Pendu's looking to read it in case. Ali's going to look to hit it up towards the top wall. But it's going to go straight into path of Pendu instead. Now Pendu looking to go off the wall and hit this ball down towards the bottom side. To himself on this next turn. He's going to follow up, go for a top item in case as well. Doesn't get it. It goes all the way down. It does get down towards the bottom wall, but Fuka's contact has instead sent that ball into the Dumplings half instead. Left looking, behind the ball again, ready for his next turn. As Cacpi's going to want to get the item. Pendu's purposely dodging it to allow him to preserve his boost. And they've picked up another one. Cacpi's got a second boost. Pendu's looking to clear it out. Clear out potential blockers here as Bleff's looking to just hit this ball straight on. Fuka's going to get behind it still anyway, though. He's going to stop him getting further downfield. It's going off wall a bit here. There might be just enough space here for a boost to potentially be placed, or at least for a corner of it to clip into the ball, to allow the Dumplings to take back the lead here. Apparently it's just not enough. The ball has been hit up by Fuka into Pendu, who hits it back towards Cacpi, who are now potentially looking to combine here to get a beach ball playoff here. Cacpi looking to shoot it towards the top wall. Pendu's looking to redirect it further north into the top wall, so he can bounce it straight into the path of goal. It comes off of Fuka, it comes off of Ali, who in turn redirected themselves into the path of goal to give the second goal here to the Dumplings. That ball, the initial contact from Pendu afterwards, wouldn't have been enough to put the ball in the back of the net. The additional touches by the Sharks defense has allowed them to take the lead back. And surely, or well, potentially even, a boost being used here on this kickoff by Cacpi to just allow them to win 3-1 here. There's the boost being placed. Ball's gonna go straight into it, and there's nothing that the Sharks can do to stop the inevitable. And it's 3-1 for the Dumplings, who take both games in convincing fashion against the newly promoted side in the Soaring Sharks.